shows. I like those. I like talk shows. I like Springer. Yeah. I just like Springer because it's such a freak show, and they're trying to get freakier and freakier, right? I saw this one the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it. They had these two chicks on that were conjoined at the head. Have you seen the two? They're two sisters. Obviously, they're not fucking neighbors or anything, right? They're stuck together at the head. If you haven't seen them, let me explain. One is full size, and she's a country singer. The other one is half size, and they keep her on a tray attached to a chair. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, how bad would that suck? To be attached to a country singer like that, you know what I mean? I mean, that's gotta be horrible. And she's got a record contract, so you know she's in the thing like 12, 14 hours a day in the studio, just singing and singing and singing. After a while, if you're the other one, wouldn't you just be like, all right, can you please stop already? The song is stuck in our head. Somebody always groans at that. Why? They're like 40 years old. They know they're attached at the head. They're over it. You think there's a joke I can say that they haven't heard? They've heard everything. They don't care anymore. People are born a certain way. When you're born that way, you get used to it and you're over it. They're totally fine with it. We should be fine with it. There's no reason to groan with that. Because think about it. That's a sister hanging out on your head for 40 years. That's not a mole, all right? That you can't like pop that or anything. That's a sister. Granted, it's a half-sister, but that's still a sister, right? Half-sister never removed. That's what that is. See, you're groaning again, and stop it. They know. So you know I watched it because they were talking about their dating life. And that was tripping me out that they date. Right? I'm like, they date? I don't want to hear about their dating life from them, though. I want to hear about their dating life from the guy they're dating. Right? How's that? So how'd the date go? It was great. I got heads. So Springer asked the question, right? He asked the question everybody else was thinking. He goes, okay, so you're conjoined twins. What made you think, or what made you decide to become a country singer and stick it out through all that hardship? You know you're going to have hardship. That's very ambitious of you to stick it out. And she goes, this was her response. She goes, well, when I was a baby, when I was a little girl, my mama told me always that I could be whatever I want when I grow up. And I'm thinking to myself, no you can't. You can't be a loner, right? I mean, that's just a math problem right there, right? You can't be like a motorcycle racer. I mean, not unless you got a really high sidecar and a messed up looking helmet. You can't do that. There are certain things that are out of your limitations. I like the old shows in the 70s, 60s, those shows, 80s, because they were bad, and they knew they were bad. Good example, right? Like you watch Batman, Adam West, couldn't act, right? But he knew he was bad, he knew he couldn't act, and that was great. Then the 80s came along, we had bad shows, just they knew they were bad too, like the A-Team. Horrible show, they knew it, we knew it was great. Then the 90s came along, the funny thing happened. All the bad shows all of a sudden forgot they were bad. Had no idea that they were horrible. Like Beverly Hills 90210. Horrible show. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine, because I'm going to clear it up anyway. Is it me, or did this kid Brandon's hair look just remarkably like a fucking taco shell? Okay? He like spin his head and like carne asada come flying out of there, right? And a radish. And he had the apex brow. That was a prerequisite to get on the show, right? If you were a guy and you wanted to be on Beverly Hills 90210, your eyebrows had to meet up here and form a perfect isosceles triangle. All right, that was worst actress of all time was on that show, Tori Spelling. Tori's horrible, man. She can't act, but she's on the show. Why? Because it's her dad's show. We know that. But she can't act, and I'm watching the show. Strictly for research, by the way. She's gonna cry on the show. Have you ever seen the show? She cries every episode. Something bad happens in 90210 land, right? Like somebody spills coffee on the BMW, and it's like, oh my God! Tragedy, tragedy, right? She can't cry though, she can't shed any tears because she's a bad actress, so they make her do the old trick. You know the old trick. If you can't cry, you cover up your face so that nobody can see you're not crying, right? So this is what it looks like. But her head is so fucking gigantic, right? That they had to send in extra hands to help her out, right? They got like a grip truck and a green screen and a marching band. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Anything to cover up her huge head, okay? She's sitting there crying, like, oh my God. Here comes Brandon. Donna. Why the long face? She's like, oh my God, this guy's actually trying to kill me. He's a psychopath, he's a stalker, he's a rapist, you gotta help me, you gotta help me, you gotta help me, you gotta help me. He's like, oh my God, whoa. I'm sorry. Oh my God, whoa. I feel so bad for you. I totally feel sorry for you. I wish I could help you. Salsa? We have a lot of shows now, like the paranormal shows. Like now we have like the daytime talk shows, right, with like John Edwards. Is there somebody in your family with a B, right, whatever. We used to have the ones that were like documentary paranormal shows. Those sucked. They were so dumb. Sightings, Sci Factor, Strange Universe Encounters. Horrible shows. If you want to watch one of those shows, though, watch the ghost ones, like World's Scariest Ghost, because those are hilarious. Because when you got a ghost, you got to send in an expert to talk to the spirits and tell you what's going on. But there's only one guy that claims to be able to do this, so he's on every show. If you've ever watched any one of those ghost shows, you've seen him. He's got puffy gray hair and an unmatched brown mustache. His name is Bill James. Bill James goes into every house and gives the same evaluation. This is it. He walks in everyone like this. Oh, yes. Oh, there's definitely evil spirits in here. Let's see, she's hetero. Bitch. She's 95, I'm getting something. 95 years old, upset because you've rearranged the furniture and she needs you out. That's what pisses me off. Every time I hear about a ghost, it's some old lady. 95 years old, she comes in late at night. She messes with the silverware drawer. She puts a pillow over your head and holds you down when you're sleeping. You never, ever get to hear about a cool ghost, do you? No. Tell me, when was the last time you heard about the 24-year-old nymphomaniac stripper ghost? Right? Who comes in late at night when you're sleeping or estranged and just goes down on you like a White House intern on Spanish Fly, all right? You don't hear about that ghost. That ghost is out there. You just don't hear about that ghost. You know why you don't hear about that ghost? Because nobody fucking reports that ghost. Come on now. That's a house I move into. That's a ghost I taunt, all right? Man, I'm walking around the house all night going, I ain't leaving. I'm still here. Look at me. I'm naked. Haunt me. Please.